This is what it was. There was the group was convened in, I think, March. You can look it up. Dana Nestle's work, cannabis work group. It was convened in March, and then I think it was August that they concluded it. And Paul Bernier, who's a former Wayne County prosecutor, friend of mine, and also the current Livonia City attorney, made some comments that were all like, well, there's a lot of confusion and we can't figure it out. And, smoking in public could be I can't decide if we're going to charge them with the this or charge them with the that.
I can't even believe they talk about it.
Right. So
I can't even believe they talk.
That sounds like Ken Stecker from Pam is what it sounds like. Ken Stecker from Pam.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I was going to say, because Ken Stecker has made that exact same statement that use is still a misdemeanor even after MRTMA.
Why are these discussions?
And that was one of the people that was in the work group. I think, Rick, I'm sorry you're muted. I didn't mean to talk over you. But Ken Stecker's in the group. MSP's in the group. I mean, I realize she wants to have all the stakeholders there, but the voice of the voice of how this direction was supposed to go was going to be the cannabis candidate, the one who none of those people were at that convention for her.
Cops and prosecutors.
None of those people were making sure and staying to the end of the day, so Pat Miles didn't pull some kind of schlinky schlank or something that pulled the thing. We all stuck it out because but
cops and prosecutors shouldn't have a stake in anything like this. I mean, what's the stake? The stake is money. I mean, there shouldn't be a stake. It's the same similar issue with the district courts that you were talking about earlier. Like the police have a stake in those courts. They get 10% of the revenues off those tickets. The prosecutor's office probably gets a certain percentage of the revenues off those tickets. And everybody's got this stake in things. And why should there be a stake in a proper criminal charge or not to criminal charge or now it's legal, let's just leave it alone? Why do they have to have the cops have such a stake in it? It's not about the cops anymore because the citizens said legalize. Period.
You said previously 70% of one particular thing's revenue came from the litigants. Can you explain that again?
Yes, Rick.
That was fucking ridiculous.
Rick, watch the interview with Bridget McCormick last week because I brought it up with her. But there was a 2019 report by a Supreme Court commissioned group called the Trial Court Funding Commission, and they were addressing the disparity in one person being fined over here $200 and for the same crime over here for $1,000, and pulled it all back and did a very comprehensive report that concluded the system is broken. I've been saying this for forever. It's not me, it's the report. And Bridget McCormick acknowledged it, and her comment was the citizens have lost faith in us. So what the concept was is that you have Michigan's one court of justice is how it's framed. It's all under a unified hierarchy of one court. That's why a judge in Dearborn can sign a search warrant for someone in Genesee County, because it's one court. But
it's all unified. It's not.
It's all unified in terms of structure and organization, but it is not unified by its financing and budgeting. So what we looked at, what the commission looked at was you got the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeals, the Circuit Court, and then the District Court. If you take away all of them except the District Court, it was learned that 70% of the budget comes from the litigants that appear before these judges. These judges are making decisions of probable cause to bind over. They're making decisions on motions to dismiss, traffic tickets, informal hearings. And the point is that the commission says that because there's 70% of their budget relies upon the litigants, that is either actual bias or the perception of bias at the end of the day. So do you understand that means that every single one of those judges should be disqualified by a legal standard that would remove them from that? And here he is himself. I see I can't tell if he's kind of,
there he is.
I was going to say like some kind of,
got the bandana.
The Flash. Right.
Andy Warhol going on or something.
The litigant funds that are collected from the court, does that directly pay judges' salaries, or do they come from general fund or some other source?
Maybe not the judges, but the budget of the court. In other words, the employees, the lights.
That's conflict. That's conflict. Right.
It's the same as the judge who gets paid if he signs the warrant and doesn't get paid if he doesn't sign it. So that's the system that we're doing.